守る盾となれゴーダッシュ命はメロディー Wake up 絆はハモニー戦士の眼差しで貫け愛をせよ闘志を刃に叫べ抱いた可能性つかめ Just one 魂 Raid Fight 渦巻く空に掲げて勇気無限大赤く燃やせ燃やせ燃やせ明日を願う涙笑顔に変わるまでバンバンバンバンバンバンバンバンバンブレイバンその声をたどり救い出せ地区さえうがつ矛となれ Break down 壊せよセオリー Don't play 交わせよエナジー使命を握りしめ羽ばたけ善を悪を定めを超えて戦え So don't you fight 刻め Last one 奇跡 Fire player 絶やさず果てを照らして勇気爆発希望を放て放て放て光孤独若さ光に変わるまでバンバンバンバンバンバンバンバンバンブレイバン今だ今だ命燃やせ愛をせよ闘志を刃に叫べ抱いた可能性つかめ Just one 魂 Raid Fight 渦巻く空に掲げて勇気無限大赤く燃やせ燃やせ燃やせ明日を願う涙笑顔に変わるまでバンバンバンバンバンバンバンバンバンブレイボーン
Hello, 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 everyone. How are we doing today? Did you see the hellscape today? Of course we did. We all live it. We live it every damn day. But hello, everybody. Hello, Mr. Malachite. Hello, Polaire. Hello, Trains and Bullshit. Hello, Finn. Hello, Banana Brains. Hello, Non-Binary. Hello, John Bogardus. Hello, Meow. Not Meow. Meow. Hello. Playing Metaphor ReFantazio. What a great game. I need to go back and finish it. I fell off the train a little bit. Hello, Salmon Moose. What do you sometimes stream from different places? Also, you look very cute. Thank you. Because sometimes I'm at my apartment, and sometimes I'm at my partner's place. So, like, this is the streaming setup I have at my partner's place, so I don't have to drive, anywhere from 20 to 40 to minutes to an hour, depending on the time. And this way, like, when I get done, I can just, roll into bed with her, and like it's nice, The mannequin room, it's true. There's a mannequin right there. Doesn't have a head though, so it's not that creepy. Your skin is glowing. Honestly, it's probably the lighting. I have more direct lighting in this setup. Ooh. No one can stop the gay train. It's unstoppable. Train movie reference. Sometimes there are multiple doors, but sometimes it's not a fun game show about what is behind the doors. It's true. Um, and I'm expecting to hear back from the contractor that we're working with later today, about getting started on my new office that's going to be here. That's not just going to be like a corner of her workshop. It's going to be like my very own space. It's going to be very nice, and I'm very excited about it. It's also where I'm going to be putting a lot of my furniture from my current apartment. So, hello, Matt at Yahoo. How you doing? She's back. I'm back, y'all. That makes sense. It does, doesn't it? Hello, the Andromeda Archives. Hello, Nori Hicks. Hello, Spitfire. Yeah, things are definitely heating up in LA, for sure. Though I do want to say every day that goes by just makes Donald Trump look like a bigger jackass in front of like anyone who's paying any amount of attention to this. Like, not only because it's, obviously authoritarian and like violent and, an exertion of power, but also because frankly they aren't capable of keeping this up everywhere. Like, it makes ironically, the attempt to posture and, enact violence makes them look weaker. And yeah, I don't know. Paying hundreds and hundreds of guys to like sweat up some body armor while, idly shooting reporters and teenagers with like non-lethal munitions. Like, it makes them look pathetic, weak, and every day that goes by with like literally everyone in their lives telling them to go fuck themselves, ICE agents lose their morale. I've been hearing that like people from people inside of like ICE that like their morale is cratered because all of them, almost every single goddamn one of them, tells themselves every day like, oh, we're getting the bad people, but then it turns out, oh wait, the people we arrested today are not someone we can convince ourselves is actually like a human trafficker because they're 4 years old. Like, ultimately this is a battle of attrition, and I think it's one that we win. He's throwing the world's most expensive and obnoxious tantrum. It is, and like, I think that is going to be more and more clear as time goes on. Did you see the Australian TV reporter who got directly shot with a rubber round from 10 feet? Yeah, I hope she's doing okay. I saw the video, but I hope she doesn't need, like, I've known protesters who have needed like surgery to get those rubber munitions removed, like those big ass rubber munitions, and so I hope she's doing okay. It's exactly what 4-year-old human traffickers want you to think. It's a ruse, a clever ruse. Well, they sit there and go, blah, 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 blah. They've actually trafficked 20 women. Feel like I'm in Cyberpunk 2020? Yeah, it does feel like that. I just also think that, like, how do I put this? You can put an awful lot of money. Let me how do I put this? The United States waged war on Vietnam for years, dropped more bombs on Vietnam than like any other country in history up to that point. And we fucking lost. Like, and Vietnam's a lot smaller than the United States, and there are a lot more problems with ordering like a full-on occupation, military occupation of any major American city, let alone, the biggest ones. So I don't think this is going to go well for him at all, especially when like the National Guard is like 2,000 guys. The bigger our protests are, the stupider he looks. Exactly. We hope to get her home. I hope she gets Salmon Moose. I hope that Australian reporter gets like a settlement the size of the goddamn moon. You know, like, I like men. Good. Men are pretty cool. The LA thing is to get people to forget he is in the Epstein files. Well, yeah, obviously, yeah. Um, it is pretty bizarre that the world's richest man, who had been pretty much running the entire country for like 6 months, accuses the president of being a pedophile, and then no one talks about it. That's really weird, you know? He apparently deleted all those tweets too. Um, which makes it even more suspicious, to be honest. I love women. Women are great. Woke up just in time to catch up on affairs here in the mannequin dungeon. Hell yeah. Hello, salty turtle cupcake. Good thing you don't need to find space for 2 beds. True. Even weirder is that well, that's not. Can we be perfectly frank? It's not that weird that Elon Musk, a man obsessed with fertility, was perfectly fine with working with pedophiles. You know, that's actually not that weird. For a few reasons I think we can all think of. I like all genders. Hey, me too, comrade girl. Whew. Charlie Kirk has entered the chat. Hello, Straight Raid. Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, Orion's End. Hello. How we all doing, folks? How we all doing? We're just catching up on the events of the day. And then I'm going to play some Dragon Age Veilguard. And you can't stop me because it's Pride Month and I'm gay. And if you don't subscribe or, you know, drop donations, you're homophobic. That's just how it works. You know, donate. I'm gay. Was playing Lost Records Bloom and Rage and cried my eyes out. I've heard really good things about that game. I should check it out. I do really like those games. Bi and pan people are goated, I say as a bi. It's true. We're also very biased. Haha. Then how we doing, Straight Raid? Hello, Danger Days. Biphobia this month has been wild. Yeah, it is weird to see like people in the year 2025 saying like people can't be attracted to both men and women or men, women, and non-binary people. Like, Jesus. Like, I don't know. Think about it for like 2 seconds. Happy Pride to everyone, especially Jack in chat. I always arrive at the same time as Raiders. It's true, you do. It's a game with 2 trans storylines, a must-play for Pride Month. Oh, well, that's cool. Question, was the cop car that got an LAPD supports the LGBTQ community? What? I don't understand the question. I've sunk 1,000 hours into Dragon Age the Veilguard. Holy shit. You know, a lot of the hype around the game, I didn't know that it was deep enough to put that much time into it. Hello, Mike A. Richards, my bad. There was a cop car that got burned. Good. I honestly, some of the New York Times, by the way, is an absolute like conservative rag now. It really sucks. I was looking at their coverage the other day, and they were showing like they had a picture, right, of like 2 protesters hiding behind a dumpster as they're getting shot at by ICE, you know, and there's tear gas all around them, and like the caption of the photo was like, protesters set a shopping cart on fire, and it began to melt. ICE officers returned fire, and it's like, wait a minute, like, you're watching this all unfold, and you're saying like the protesters lighting a shopping cart on fire made the officers need to shoot at them to were they being melted at by the shopping cart? Like, it's what a terrible trash rag, you know? It's an easygoing game for me, and I love the combat. The combat seems really fun so far. Fight fire with gunfire, indeed. But don't you know that shopping cart was on the police payroll? Genuinely, with the way like police departments get funds, it would not surprise me. Do you know how many like genuinely, do you know how many like societal problems we could solve if we just like reallocated funding from like the police department to like several different other departments? Like, do you know how many homeless people we could house? How much hunger we could eradicate if like, half of any given city's police budget were to be diverted to actual like building security for people? You know? I don't know. It will never cease to amaze me that people don't actually like think about that for any given length of time. All right. You know what? Let's boot up Veilguard here. Ah. Move, I'm gay. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Still need to play Inquisition. It's a good game. If you do begin playing Inquisition, Meow, my biggest piece of advice, and I do hope you heed it, is get the fuck out of the hinterlands. The hinterlands pad like 30 to 40 hours of video game play, and you don't need to engage with it. Because it doesn't amount to that much unless you're going for a completionist run. Get through the hinterlands first, and you can always go back later. The acorn dropping made them open fire on their own police car. A shopping cart is a tactical nuclear weapon in their eyes. True. Yeah, my working theory that I have no evidence to back up is that the hinterlands were from an earlier version of the game that they were designing to be an MMO. That's my working theory. Gee whiz, I hope this plays on this computer. One day, maybe it will launch. Bum 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 bum. This is your lesser computer? Yes, it is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like probably lower the settings on this one. It's also probably not installed on a solid state drive over here, hence it's gonna take forever to compile shaders, but is what it is. I play only Dark Souls, Borderlands, and The Witcher, and Minecraft. Trying to get into Doom? You got this. How dare your two computers... Wait, how do your two computers compare against one another, specs and performance-wise? This one is made out of, like, cobbled together parts that are, like, anywhere from, like, 8 to 6 years old. So this is not great. I think this has maybe not, I want to say half the RAM, but probably like 3/4 the RAM that my other computer has. I believe what's in this is a... Oh, I can't, I don't even know. Wait. It's running on a 2080 Ti, which is not, like, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just not, you know, it's not bad. It's just not the best anymore. The gay can't stop, won't stop. Indeed, Koopa Shell. How you doing? Also, I have to remember to open up, Oh. Hello, Snoogan. Frankenstein's computer. Honestly, yeah, like the it's probably really gonna struggle with Dragon Age. We'll see if it can actually it can actually play. Shaders aren't held back by hard drives, thankfully. I mean, the compiling the shaders, we're still only at 7%, about to be 8%. But like this is ridiculous. Oh yeah, Israel kidnapped Greta Thunberg. Yeah, they diverted the Freedom Flotilla. Can we get a flight sim for that bottom gun energy? I don't know what you mean. Wait, what? Howdy, Cannabobrex. Oh yeah, so Greta Thunberg joined the Freedom Flotilla that was going to deliver symbolic aid to Gaza, and Israeli commandos intercepted them and diverted them to an Israeli port. I don't know how accurate kidnapping is, but, you know, being held against their will. Yeah, Finn, Deltarune, sequel to, or spiritual sequel? I don't know. To, Undertale, one of the greatest games of all time. I really appreciated the keep driving run you did. It was a good game. It's a good game. We'll let this compile the shaders and see if like the computer can run it once the shaders are compiled. I do have to say this is I've never encountered this with a video game, and this is horseshit. Yeah, like Salmon Moose, you know more about tech stuff than I do. I have never encountered this in another video game. Like, why? Why do they do this? Talking as an ex-sailor, it was something that happened in international waters, and Israel had no jurisdiction at that point, so state piracy. Yeah, that's kind of the issue, though, right? Like, no one's gonna do anything about it. I think Greta Thunberg will be fine. I think all of those people will be fine. But it's a damn shame that they weren't able to get through and get some amount of aid to people in Gaza. Would you consider doing a Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines playthrough? With either the original story or the anti-tribu mod? Yeah, I would consider that. I've never played Vampire the Masquerade, and I know that I've said that I would play it at some point, and I just haven't gotten around to it because news keeps happening. It's happening more and more. Every video card renders things slightly differently, and it changes when drivers update, so we have to compile on client side. The alternative is that weird stutter you get when you enter a new area and look at a new effect. Yeah, but this sucks. You know? The live stream is now just watching files compile. And unfortunately, at this location, I don't have the option of a solid state drive, you know? But think they have a very repetitive set of shaders, so they're doing a lot of rework. That makes sense. Little did I know that maybe Electronic Arts could in fact stop me from being gay and playing a video game. Streaming from a home PC? I've tried game streaming before from my home PC, and it doesn't feel good. If it worked better, I would absolutely